Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and we had some interesting comments last week. Comments that, on one hand, made me a little concerned and dismayed that I wasn't getting the message across, that my work was going for naught, and I'm concerned for a player who's making the comments, and I want to talk about that. And that's right here in the Jabba the Hutt Ultimate Guide. We're doing these Ultimate Guides each week at your request for each Galactic Legend, and yeah, somebody commented on this video, and then I had another in the conversation on one of our posts that was kind of blowing me away that it was actually even happening. We'll talk about both of those today. So first, let's get over to this one. Boom. Okay. First of all...
Hey! It's Enrico Palazzo!
Yes, that's right. It's Enrico Palazzo. He's right there. Enrico Palazzo says, farming guide should open up with how many Kairos are required. And MR Pro says, facts. Actually, that was really interesting. I thought that was a kind of interesting comment. I agree. I do have an entire Kyrotech farming guide out there. It actually tells you how many Kyrotechs are required for every journey you do. Maybe I'll put a link to that in the next one. But I do think an active discussion of how many Kairos are required should be in these conversations. And I did discuss the Kairos, but I get it. How many Kairos are required? We can open up with that. I think it's worth talking about. This is where I get concerned a little bit. So Pat Sox 2004 says, and the number of years it will take to complete 12 months is comical. Mr. Pro FR says facts times 2. Snack Attack says, what's the point being tried to make? Snack Attack's going to defend me. I just know that's going to happen. Comical? Tiberius Wolf. Comical? Nooch literally just completed a 12-month Jabba rush on a new account. And that is true. I literally 4 months ago, farmed Jabba and I say literally again, at literally 1 year, I unlocked Jabba at day 365. I could have done it day 364. I just decided to get a little nappy and save it for day 365 because it's cooler to say it took exactly 1 year to unlock Jabba free to play. And by the way, the guild I was in was, I don't know, maybe 50-50 in Territory Wars. Might have been a little worse than that. And this is no slam on the guild. I love it. They were really helpful, allowed me to be there. I appreciate everything they did for me. And territory battles, we were doing Hoth most of the time. We did some Geo Dark Sides, we moved along, but never really got a lot of stuff on there. But anyway, always people complaining. Pretty easy to find that number, 3,700. Yeah, that's actually, maybe I'll post that video right now about how many Kyrotechs are required, but I'll put it out. Well, we'll see. He just did it in 12 months. Big Texas, same thing. That's great. Now you do it. Pat Sox, step back a little bit, man. This is where I kind of feel like, am I failing? I feel like I've failed Pat Sox. I've got 30 beginner's guide videos. I've got 200 free-to-play videos. I've done three separate free-to-play journeys for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and I unlocked him in 9.5 months back in the day, 3 years ago. I had Sith Eternal Emperor. I unlocked in 8+ months, and that was a couple years ago. Are we saying? I don't think I'm that much of a better player. This game is about grinding. It's not about I go out there with my Teemo and I'm better than your Riven, and which is not gonna happen. But it's not about skill. It's about grinding. I mean, you gotta grind the right way. But I'm trying to show you guys how to do that. That's the main focus of the channel is showing you guys how to do the grind, and I feel like I'm failing Pat Sox here. Pat Sox, I don't want to do it right now. If I want to start right now with my account, yeah, you would get Jabba in less than 12 months right now. The farming is, Pat Sox is upset. Yes, I would. I've already got Jedi Luke. It's a lot. Yeah, so you've already got Jedi Luke. There you go. And I predicted a year. I did it in a year. And now that they've sped up the level 85 process, I think it would be 9 to 10 months. I really do. A new free-to-play player isn't going to achieve these results. You're fooling yourself to think otherwise. It takes 3 months to get to level 85. So this is where I start to think Pat Sox isn't even playing anymore. Maybe he quit the game a while ago and just is really still upset about it for some reason. CG taked how long it took, and Nooch did it starting level 1. I did it with the whole thing. And I said, yeah, to be even faster now. And I said, tell me you quit the game with that. I really thought he had quit the game with that comment, for real. And that's the Kyrotech's comment right there. And is that Enrico Palazzo?
Hey! It's Enrico Palazzo!
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo. All right, news to good for real. Free to play with get it with Jedi Master Luke some free to play people get it with Jedi Master Luke way faster than. No, that's don't know what to do with that. Okay. On the contrary, I'm new. I started in June. I just recently got Wampa with a Lightspeed bundle. 3 months in. See, you weren't farming him with your Mark 1 currency, Mark 2 currency, whatever the current. You weren't farming him the right way. And I've tried to say that. Farm him with the Mark 2 currency. Get him unlocked. Or her, sorry. At that rate, he'll be max in a month and a half, so that'll be like 4.5 months just for him. It's a her. I could spend crystals then, but I can't refresh for guild raid tokens and risk getting booted. I'm close to getting a Han and Chewie. That'll be 2 months to max him out, get some relics on. It doesn't take too much for each character. Does not take a month to relic. It just doesn't. About 4 to 6 months out for getting Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Well, I unlocked Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker at 9 months, and it was on the fast track. It was on the fast track from there to get to Jabba. How long meets fleet requirement? So that's just one hero, then I have to relic him, then who knows how long that'll take me. Puts me roughly 9 months in, and it wasn't free to play. That was it. I unlocked Jedi Knight Luke 9 months in, and I had sharded everything else I needed in the background. It did take 9 months. That's actually correct. That's actually correct, Pat Sox. It did take 9 months. Jedi Knight Luke is a grind. It would probably be 6 or 7 months now, but it is a grind. But you did the Lightspeed bundle, so that's a little different. Without it being longer, especially if under 2 million GP and have a solid Geo team. Well, okay, so that's part of it too, okay? That's part of it too. And I said this on the account. I did not farm a Geo team. It was a Jedi Master Luke rush. I farmed the teams that took me directly to Jedi Master Luke. If you're farming a Geo team, or excuse me, Jedi Knight Luke and then Jabba, sorry, I said that wrong. If you're farming a Geo team, you're actually doing it right, Pat Sox. You're actually doing it right. You should not rush to a Galactic Legend. You should farm the teams that you need to farm. Geos, Phoenix, Imperial Troopers, get your assault battles up and running. Yes, I'm with that. That's unnecessary, Jacob. I mean, I'm glad you're here. That's just, I'm just saying. I appreciate the support, but I just, well, then he fires back. But I can understand firing back when you just tell Combi bad at the game. You seem purposely obtuse and never said he didn't do it. I said a new free-to-player wouldn't. If a new free-to-player watched my guides and watched the videos, they would know how to do it. I'm just saying. If they watched what I did, they would know how to do it. And there I say that's my entire content. Choose all your energy. Don't buy refresh. Thanks, Nooch. Please don't get me wrong. I appreciate what you do and watch all your content. Well, thank you, Pat Sox. Watch a little closer, buddy. But look, here's the deal, Pat Sox, for real. If you're farming Geos, if you're farming other teams on the side, you're doing it right. Okay, I don't. When I rush a Galactic Legend, I'm not doing it right. I'm doing it fun. I'm doing it tested. We're doing it for science. We're testing out to see how these things work. And so you're farming C-Rex. I didn't farm my Phoenix on that account. So you are doing it right. It's going to take you longer than 12 months. But when I rushed for Jabba, I truly rushed for Jabba. I was not going for the extra stuff along the way. My notebook is open right there. I thought there was something extra right here. Anyway, so Pat Sox, be encouraged. You're doing something right. I'm going to reply to your comment, let you know this video's out there. Let's go take a look at that post I was talking about. Okay, so here are our recent posts. We got into a conversation on a stream about cringe Star Wars scenes. I thought it'd be fun to take ideas from everybody and say, hey, you tell me what you think the most cringe scene is. We'll do some polls and we'll get to the bottom of this to see what is actually going to get voted the most cringe scene. So you guys told me, I took them down, I added some of my own, and we just started making posts. So we posted here, Rey, I'm Rey Skywalker, then her training versus a rock. Of course, Rey Skywalker wins. I don't like sand beats. Are you an angel? Princess Leia chasing over Obi-Wan can't get around the gate. I try to keep them, thematically relevant to where it's on the same show, same movie, prequels, same movies, sequels, etc. Power of Many versus Ki-Adi-Mundi in Acolyte. Whining young Luke or Luke and Leia are kissing, etc. So we're spanning the galaxy here, right? Now we've got another one from Kenobi. And I'm going through all these for a reason, by the way. We're going to get there in a minute. Then we got one from Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. The celebrity hates the slow mopeds. They think it's cringe. Somehow Palpatine returned. There was a good conversation around that one. Really good conversation around this one. Reva gets stabbed and lives, Sabine gets stabbed and lives. I'm actually going to probably make a video about that specific string and go over all the comments. That was a really good conversation. Reva, of course, wins. Then the Star Wars Holiday Special versus the Star Wars Ewok movies. We were saving the things we love versus They Fly Now. Greedo shoots first versus Han Solo. That would actually shock me. Greedo shooting first is one of the cringiest things that's ever been done in Star Wars. I can't. Han Solo's name origin, it just didn't bother me, but okay. Green milk tossing lightsaber. Okay, here we are. This post, I don't understand the hate on this post. We can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, okay. That's it right there. Okay. So, Real Messin says, what's cringe is Sabine barely moving a coffee cup out of nowhere. Then she launches. Yeah. The whole Sabine having the Force is really strange. I don't really understand it. And it didn't make any sense to me either. I just didn't understand that. Now, here's where we're going to start with Just Another Consumer. I love you, buddy. You comment all the time on videos, and I really appreciate you. I could tell you love Ahsoka. I think you're misreading a lot of stuff here. And I love you, man. I really do. It would have missed character development. The gap was there narratively for to demonstrate her growth. Playing with silly grappling stuff would have made it a scene not worth including. I actually agree with that. Playing with silly grappling stuff. And I just think she should have been excluded as a Force user. This show delves deep into everybody can use the Force. I mean, we had Hera sensing stuff from her son. You know, I don't know. Sabine becoming a Jedi, right? At this moment, the zombie trooper routine is zero. Why has Star Wars media become so bad? Okay, Just Another Consumer. You must not be a Star Wars fan if you think this is remotely new. The ultimate in Star Wars cringe likely became before your birth. And yes, that's why we posted cringe all along the entire plate. So this is not it. This post is not in isolation. It's out there all the time. Doesn't matter what I do know as a person. I think a lot of new shows have poor plot, poor characters, and goofy scenes. At least to tackle clones or Revenge of the Sith. Okay, so we got a discussion here. Don't take my comment as fact, which it's not. It's an opinion. I believe there's a downwards trend considering a lot of new shows are rated poorly, which I've watched and agree with. And look at the Acolyte. That doesn't scream bad media. I noticed you skipped the Phantom. Just Another Consumer, dude. If you see, I've said this a lot. I've said this a lot here, guys. I've said it a lot. I like having open conversations where we can disagree with each other and we can still move forward as fans or as humans, as dads, as children, whatever. We're all on the same planet. We've all got the same basic goals. We can disagree with each other on a lot of stuff and still push forward together, right? I feel like this is like we're trying to get into a debate where you're trying to win the conversation. And you could do that here. I don't think there's any winning here is my thing. It's just a poll. I mean, there is winning because the poll will weigh out. And by the way, these winners will all advance to round 2, then people will get to vote on them again. So maybe the Ahsoka stuff doesn't even move forward. Okay, Star Wars has never been good writing on average. Lucas had a gift for world building, not for writing. Let's say dialogue writing. Can we say dialogue writing? I don't know if I want to say there's never good writing, but never good dialogue writing. He's not great at dialogue. Most of the Clone Wars show is protected by nostalgia goggles, and Rebels only start to get good once people rag on Star Wars content, recent Star Wars, because rage bait gets the clicks. See, I feel like that's directed at me. And I don't know what to do with that. Because as far as I know, I'm not rage baiting. And I don't like the rage baiting. I think I came up with rage bait, by the way. Didn't I come up with rage bait? Is that somebody else's word? I thought I came up with that. Every so often, there's a Mando Season 1 or an Andor that presses my Skinner box reward button, gives me a fan, but I always come up with low expectations. This is starting to sound desperate. People really whining about this stuff. I mean, Star Wars fans are notorious, but really? Yeah, these scenes aren't that bad. And that's fine, by the way. Stolas offspring. Is this the dyslexic vegetarian's offspring? Or is that Stolas himself? Because Stolas is the dyslexic vegetarian. This is exactly what I wanted to say. So DRX agrees with you. I like the thing that is desperately cringe here is that Nooch continues. So this is... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What am I pushing? What am I pushing? I want to know. I just showed you that we have showed cringe content from the entire Star Wars galaxy, and there's more coming. Sequels, prequels, OT. I don't even know if there was any Clone Wars. I don't think anybody gave any Clone Wars cringe. They're probably out there. shows. It's all out there. And I took it from you guys. I'm not creating these, and I'm not saying... You yourself said there's a lot of cringe in the rest of Star Wars, and it's all in the polls. It's all in the polls, man. Do a little homework. Here's another thing I'll note. I didn't like the Ahsoka show. I thought it was slow and boring, and I really did not enjoy it. I thought they really took an axe to Ahsoka's character, like a super interesting S-tier character, and turned her into a super boring, slow-moving, slow-talking D-tier character. But I think I'm in the... pretty solid minority of the people on my channel, honestly. I think like 70% of you really like the Ahsoka show. It might be not that high, but at least 70 to 80% of you didn't dislike it. I'm in the minority there. I just don't... What am I pushing? What am I pushing? I'm not pushing anything. We're having some fun. This is all for fun, man. Get over it. It's a movie. It's a story. It's fun. We're playing a game. It's fun. It's fun, and it's funny to talk about the shortcomings of the thing we love, right? We love Star Wars. There's cringe in it from the beginning to the end. Let's vote on all of it and see what's the most cringeworthy. I'm not pushing anything, man. I'm not pushing anything. I agree with almost everything you said, except you're just out of line. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. I would have a genuine debate with somebody that liked Ahsoka. What did it really offer aside from attritions, acting, blah? Well, you're having this right here. What's wrong with Ahsoka fighting the troopers? A lot of people named that. I hadn't even thought of that. People named it as a cringe thing. It was just kind of, they just stood in place doing this while the troopers were all around. So that was kind of what that was based on. Neither of these scenes took me out of the show or made me cringe in any way. That's fine. Where's the none of the above option? That's fine also. The poll itself is just another consumer is really angry about this, and I don't understand why. Here we go again. Citron. I guess Nooch isn't a Star Wars fan. If he thinks stuff and little things like this is actually bad, I personally love most everything except the sequels. We wrote down a list of suggestions from viewers on stream. My opinions may or may not be reflected here. In fact, I'll build on this. Very rarely, I do a lot of these polls. Almost never will I jump in and interject my opinion because I want the polls to be unbiased and not to have my opinion in them at all. I want them to just be opinions. Xiaokuva, thanks for jumping. It's a crazy accusation. I believe the reason for these is really for the algorithm. I don't know if it's for the algorithm. The reason is for fun. It's for fun. Now, okay, good point. All right, I'm trying to get more in the algorithm. I'm trying to get more viewers. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to have a successful channel. That's all true. But we're doing it by having fun. We're doing it by having fun. Did she flip around in Clone Wars? I'll bet it was quick. I bet when she flipped in Clone Wars, it moved quicker and was more interesting. I'd have to guess. Well, she jumped on all the ships down to the ground. Is that what you're talking about? That was awesome. That's an awesome Ahsoka scene. That's an awesome Ahsoka scene. I like the flip and the fight wasn't too bad. I don't like either of those two or the Luke ones are very cringe. But so guys, here's the deal. It's the internet, and honestly, it's life. We're all welcome to say anything we want. If you're gonna call me out for something that's false, I'm gonna say something about it. I mean, that's just false. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not agendaing anything. I'm not doing rage bait. I'm not pushing anything. This was literally all from suggestions you guys made, and I put them all together, and I threw them out into a bunch of polls. We're only like halfway through them. There's still another 14. This is 1.14. Can I see at the top here? Let's see. Yeah, this is round 1.14. There's another, it's gonna get out to like round 1.30. There's another like 16 of these coming. Calm down, have some fun, relax. Life's long. Excuse me. Life's short. Life is short, man. It's not worth getting wound up about this. For me, it's all about fun. We all know there is cringe in Star Wars. We all know it begins at the very beginning. Whiny Luke is cringe. Luke kisses his sister. We didn't find out for a whole movie, but it's pretty cringe. There are cringe stuff. Anakin doesn't like sand. There is cringe stuff all the way through Star Wars, beginning to end. We're just having a little bit of fun by voting on what we think is most cringe. There's no what do we call it? There's no agenda here. There's no rage baiting. None of that is happening. We're just putting out some polls to have a little bit of fun. I hope you guys can have some fun with me. This is going to be the wrong... Well, I hope you guys can have some fun with me. I hope you guys can keep voting. I love the passion. I really do. I love the passion. A lot of you guys love Ahsoka more than... Obviously, you love Ahsoka more than I do. I just told you I didn't like it. These polls are not necessarily related to anything, I think. They're based on what you guys suggested as cringe stuff in Star Wars. And that's why I stay out of it. That's what we got. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Gooch too good.